Hello everyone, this is Shinobi once again with another Awaken Kyocera video. So this is going to be a short guide on doing Queen 16. So yes, as we have the new dungeons opened yesterday, we have seen a lot of strategies that has been posted in Discord. So this team of mine is not an original one. I did not make it. You can find the creator on the Discord. There are plenty of people who are using this team to beat Queen 16. So basically I'm using a Boolean, and her role here is to remove the buffs from the Queen as much as possible. But the only problem is that with this team is that there is no cleanser, so there's nobody who can remove the debuff, the stun placed by the Queen. My Boolean gets stunned here, but there's nothing that I can do to stop that stun. And since I'm not using Boolean's ultimate, I have locked her ultimate, so she's not going to get any of those immunity from herself. So she gets stunned every time, but that's fine. It doesn't matter even if she gets stunned. What matters is that she's able to remove as many buffs as possible. And as usual, Jonathan has become the MVP in both Queen and Ashe along with Hakrin. So both of them are in revival sets, and I'm using them to keep my team tanky. So I'm also using the heal spell over here and also the decrease defense spell. So Marion Shadowblend is the DPS over here. Her role is to deal damage, and she's not in a revival set. She doesn't need any revival set, as she can heal herself up. But the rest of the team, you have to put them in a revival set so that they can keep themselves topped up. Jonathan does not need a revival set, but I have given him a revival set because I just want to keep him there. He is very important in this game because in these dungeons, because of the shield that he places. Without that shield, surviving Queen will become so very difficult. You can see that the boss minion came and did his AoE, and he couldn't just beat my team down because of that shield. If the shield was not there, then we would have had a lot of problems. So the main essence of these Ashe 16 and Queen 16 is that you need to keep your team alive. You have to have a tanky team. A purely DPS one is not going to work in any of the dungeons that have got waves. So you can use a poison team in Gemini because they don't have any waves along the way that will wilt you out. But in Queen and in Ashe and Witch and Tulpa, you have waves. So the easiest dungeon that we could beat as of now is Queen and Ashe. There are teams that have been able to beat Witch of the Winds, but it also includes Jonathan and Hakrin over there. I'll showcase that once I've tested it tomorrow, but I have tested Queen. But before you use this team, you should realize that it is not a 100% team. So you can make it 100% by giving more defense on your Hakrin. My Hakrin is at 4099 defense, and yet it's still not 100% when it comes to the waves. The mini bosses in the waves hit much more harder than the mini bosses in the at this place. So these mini bosses, these mobs along with the Queen is not really very hard hitting, but the ones at the waves are very hard hitting, so it's very difficult to cross them. So I need more stats on it. I'll show you my stats on the team that I've used. That should be sufficient for you to do Queen 15 consistently, but to get consistent runs on Queen 16, I need a little bit more stats. So I'll be improving my team shortly. So it took me exactly 50 rounds to finish off Queen 16. So that's how difficult it was because of the shield on the boss and the tankiness of the boss and her minions. So you need a really tanky team to beat them. So I'll show you my gear now. I'll also be showcasing my Nero and my Blackhorn as well, which I used in Ash because I did not show their gear when I was doing Ash, so I'm showing it now. So my Nero is on an average set with a speed set, so he's I have awakened him now to 70, but when I was showing the video he was only at 60 yesterday, but now I have made him 70 so that he can do much better. So he's at 3100 defense and 3000 attack with 100% crit and 280 crit damage. So he's really tanky and has got good DPS. This is my Blackhorn. He has got like around 2000 defense and 26,000 HP. That's all that it matters. Give him as much speed as possible. I have got him as 160 so that he can go before the waves, but this should be sufficient as far as my Blackhorn is concerned. And let's look at my next champion. So Blackhorn is in Revival and Vanguard set. So in the 16 ones, you need to give as much. You need to make your teams with Revival set. That's the best way to go. But yeah, you can have other sets if you are having sufficient heals. My Bulin is also on a Revival set and an HP set, a Terra set, and she has got sufficient focus on her, so she needs focus to remove the buff. So she's got around 131 focus, and that's enough as far as Queen and Ash are concerned. 130 or 120 focus is more than enough. She's got plenty of HP, 18,000 HP, and she's the fastest in the group at 184 speed. Then next would be my, let's see which one is it. Okay, my Hackrin. Yeah, my Hackrin, he was actually in a Vanguard set, but for Queen 16 I changed. He can survive in a Vanguard set in Ash, but he cannot survive in a Vanguard set in Queen, so you need to get him in Revival set. So he's got 4099 defense, 17,000 HP and 131 speed. The rest of the stuff is not very important. What you need to give is give him as much HP as possible and a lot of defense. So that's what makes the rest of your team tanky. So that's my Hackrin. Now this is my Jonathan. So he has got sufficient focus on him. He's got 111 focus, 1500 defense and 21,000 HP. So you need to give him pretty high HP so that he can give good shields on everybody, and also sufficient defense. So he's really good. He's also in a Revival set and a Broken set. So this is what I'm using on my Queen team and on my Ash team as well. So it's just the same Jonathan that you can use on both your Queen and Ash. So your Jonathan and Hackrin doesn't require any changes in their gear, and you can use just as they are being used in both Ash and Queen together. Give them as much defense as possible. That's main. And in Queen I'm using my Marion Shadowblood, so she's got the same gear that I use on my guild boss. She's in full speed set. You don't need her to be in a Revival set because she can heal her, and she's at 236 speed, 15,000 HP, 1200 defense. I need more defense on her and lot more crit damage, but she has got sufficient crit rate and crit damage for me to deal enough DPS. Yeah, so that's my team. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share and subscribe to my video. Bye.